All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. And happy to be here. Happy to see everyone out there rocking the side chat so far. And I just want to remind everyone to up your sensitivity. Alan, all you, brother.
All right, all right. Been a very interesting week. Been another slave away week for me, but been an interesting one nevertheless. Looks like we've got a number of great people out doing in the side chat. Alaska One, Andy Bearded, CB82, Black Cat Outdoors, Chris 338, Edward Petty, reloading from the hot pot. Uh, I've also seen Vanessa Kitty out there and a number of other people that YouTube is not saying are out there, but Joe Ziola, I'm not even going to try that. I already butchered it. But the one main person watching right this second is that YouTube auditor. And I'd just like to say, greetings, YouTube auditor.
All right, you want to get us started off in proper fashion?
Well, all right. So here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, glad that we can still have the ability to do that. Somebody asked me the other day, why are you so patriotic? What do you, and I, what about our country is so great? I said, well, it may not be our government. Just because I'm a fan of my country does not mean that I'm a fan of my government. Just had to spit that out there. Apparently, local governments all over the place are creating even a bigger stink about this coronavirus than what's actually happening. Everybody knows there's craziness happening all over the place, and that preppers around the nation are now sitting back easy in their chairs, laughing their asses off at all these people that can't get toilet paper.
Yeah, it looks like, let's see. Black Cat Outdoors is going to switch to a TP channel. There we go. That should help you out a lot, man. You might actually get some people watching your channel.
Yeah. I mean, you should get absolutely banged with, if you can get companies to send your product to review.
Yep. Yeah, I saw this one that Fuzz just said here not too long ago. All bars and restaurants are being closed down. Walmart's changing their times. They're not going to be open all night anymore. They're going from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. or something like that.
Yeah, what I heard is the reason for that is they need time to restock.
I need to restock without people trying to hoard and grab from them while they're trying to put stuff out.
Yeah, Vanessa Kitty, I was thinking the same thing. A drive-through bar, how does that work?
There you go. That's probably the best answer I've seen yet.
They deliver to your door on a regular basis. You don't want to read it, though. The only thing it does is ask you for money. But they definitely deliver paper products to your door on a very, very regular basis.
I think I have one. I'm very disappointed
Yep, he is exactly that, my friend.
All NRA magazine is anymore is advertisements. I mean, seriously.
Yep, that's crazy. It's getting bad, that's for sure. All right, so we'll start going through the room. We kind of went off there, but we'll start with Captain Biohazard, who just walked away. We'll go to Kingpin first, I guess.
Good evening, everybody. And one thing I noticed that I think is super cool about the foreign and domestic show is, and I might not be 100% right, but from what I've noticed the past few weeks of doing it, when you run the Pledge of Allegiance, the chat doesn't move. That's very cool. Thanks for having me, brother.
Yep, absolutely. Appreciate you being here, man. Captain Biohazard. Y'all are getting a cooking show right now.
Oh yeah.
I just came in from shooting with the wife here, and I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You want to explain that one, Alan?
So this driver comes into my work the other day and says, "Hey, I got something in my truck. It's a little heavy, but I want you to come look at it." And I go up to this pallet in the back of his truck, and he's got 3 50-gallon drum barrels full of nothing but spent casings. And I'm just like digging through it. I'm just going to town looking through this thing, looking for the 10 millimeter, of course. My boss keeps trying to call me away and call me away and call me away. And eventually he goes, "What the hell is in there, man? What the fuck is in there?" I'm like, he's got 3 50-gallon drum barrels of spent casings. I'm looking for brass, man. I'm like a kid in the candy store digging in these 50-gallon barrels.
I can only imagine what Chico would be like. He'd probably get lost inside the barrel.
He could have jumped in one of those barrels, be like Scrooge McDuck.
And of course, we have our good brother Jamie. What's up, man?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Good to see everybody out there. Up to 37 already. We didn't have services at church today, and I'm still barely getting through with supper before we start. It's like I made deer stew today, and it's really good. I might have got it a little too spicy, but golly, it sure is good. Tomatoes, carrots, potatoes, broccoli, onions. Good stuff.
That sounds pretty damn good.
I think I got a little bit too much Tabasco in it. Wife's going to have a fit, but hey.
There we go. That's exactly it, man. I've got a whole bunch of 45 prepped and ready to go. I just got to get the powder measure all set up for it and start loading them up. And thankfully, thanks to Dylan and their excellent customer service, I'm back in action. Monday, I went to start loading, flipped the switch on the case feeder, dropped like three cases and shut off. Yep, stopped working. Called them up, like, something happened to the motor. First time I used it and died. So they were nice enough to get one shipped out to me, arrived today, put it back on and switched them out and get back in action. And I'll ship that one back out tomorrow, the old one. So we will be cranking out some 9mm here in the next day or two.
Well, that's pretty good when they just say, "Hey, here's an RMA number, we'll send you a shipping label."
Yep. They sent me a brand new one with the shipping label inside to ship the old one back. So can't go wrong.
So what was it that's giving you problem? Was it the bullet feeder or the shell feeder?
The case feeder, yeah. I flipped the switch on it. It fed like 3 cases and died. So I don't know what was going on, but they were pretty easy, pretty cool to work with. So, you know.
Well, just like I tell everybody all the time, I've been fixing stuff my entire life for my work. So, but once you have the first problem with anything, it's no better than the people you got servicing it.
Yep.
Car, truck, gun, boat, whatever.
Yeah, we can do that, man. We can make that happen.
Yeah, Squatch is right up there close to you, isn't he?
Yeah, he's about an hour and a half, I think, somewhere in there.
Well, all I can tell you, brother, before you go in there, you better wipe your feet, clean your hands, scrub
Oh,
up,
dude, I know. His reloading room is ridiculous.
put a white coat on,
I got to put boots over my shoes.
and you'll have to put a net. Me and you both, if I went, we'd have to put nets over our beards.
Probably, yeah, so we don't get hair everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, that thing looks like an operating room. Very nice, Squatch. We're proud of you, brother.
Yep, that is a very clean room for sure. Mine used to be like that. It's not now. It's a mess. I'm ashamed of my reloading bench.
Me too.
Yeah, my reloading bench kind of looks like a college frat party gone wrong at the moment.
Lots of empty liquor bottles piled up, huh?
A couple of SoCo bottles and a couple of Heineken bottles and
Panties. Upstairs. We digress. I never went to college. Y'all can tell, can't
That sounds like you had a good idea, though. You're on the right path.
Yeah, a lot of these girls go to school to get their MRS degree, if you understand what I mean.
Firearms 101. Man, I'm telling you, that is absolutely correct. Not only is everybody going ape shit about buying toilet paper, except for me, but there's like a huge run on guns across the country right now. People understand there's a chance that shit's going to hit the fan.
Yep.
People are going to start getting desperate and people are going to start doing stupid shit. And you got to be able to protect yourself.
There you go, Pat. You got the right idea. Yeah, it's nuts, man. I stopped by the gunsmith the other day and they were calling in on nicks, and for the first time I've been there, they actually got put on hold. I had to wait because people are starting to buy.
Not only that, but there's some reports now. I believe Jared over at Guns and Gadgets was saying that that there's some areas that just can't even get through. There's so much of a demand right now. Nobody can get through.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, hold on. Wrong one. There we go. That's crazy. And that's even more crazy right there. I feel for you, man. I feel for you.
Yeah, you get a text from him, you never quite know. That might just be some delirious rant.
Yep.
I apologize there, Alan, Jamie, Scotsman, Kingpin. But I had to sit down and eat some dinner with the wife, and she takes a little precedence.
Don't apologize for that. He wants to spend all 2
I
hours.
gotta
with
be good. She pack a gun.
You live with her. We don't.
She puts up with me. Oh,
Yeah. We should all feel a little sorry for her just because of that.
yeah.
I know she's got it rough. I hang out with you enough. I know she's got it rough.
Jason, did you see it where they're closing all the restaurants here in Ohio at 9:00?
Yep.
Period. Did you
Yep.
tell me? I thought that was just a rumor.
No, it's true. Also, guys, down below in the box there, description box, there's a link to Fuzzy's video. I don't know if he's out there or not, but he was earlier. But Fuzz did a video, I believe, on something that you might find pretty interesting. So once you're done watching the show, go ahead and click that link and check it out.
They're talking about closing the state borders, travel between states.
Yep.
How's this going to work? I mean, you got
They're-
interstate
they're
commerce.
basically what it's going to come down to is going to end up being martial law, would be my guess. And it's not going to end well.
They'll start by making exemptions for people like truck drivers and interstate commerce and stuff like that. You just won't be able to go visit your grandmother that lives in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they've already Massachusetts has already enacted various things. Can't buy any more guns, and they have. I can't remember if it was Massachusetts or somewhere else. There's also enacted that they can take your guns at any time. The mayor has that ability now to take your firearms.
No, they don't.
Yeah, the mayor seems to think so, but that is definitely not the legal case.
Yeah.
But the mayor definitely seems to think so, and they're going to end up locking up borders in the states from one state to the other. I've been dealing with I do a lot of international shipping and so forth, and just the border between US and Canada has been being scrutinized heavily. Every single individual is getting screened coming in to Canada from the US. What we're doing on our side, I couldn't tell you. I can tell you what the Canadians are doing.
Yep. Yep. And Timmy, you're exactly right, brother. It is absolute insanity. And Fuzz, you're also right, man.
Yeah. I mean, this affects older people. Is where the most danger to.
Yeah, anyone over the age of 60 and so on and so forth. Yep.
Kids, they get sick, get the flu, they get over it, they live on.
The weird thing is going to be the more and more the government tightens down its claw around our throats, all the people who think that we're crazy for saying, don't let the government grab your throat and tighten down, are going to say the same thing. They're going to say that you guys are still overreacting. The government is going to shut the borders down for our benefit. They're going to put National Guard soldiers in your kid's bedroom because it's good for you. They're still not going to learn.
No, they won't. They'll learn when it hits the fan, man. They will learn when you come door to door.
And those same people are usually the same people that call preppers crazy. Oh, well, hey, there's no reason why you should stock up on all this and all that. I mean, just a few months ago, my girlfriend was like, she opened up one of my closets and like, why do you have so much toilet paper? I'm like, it is what it is. And sure enough, she had to come get some yesterday. So, it's the same people that go, oh, well, no, the government isn't going to hurt you and they'll protect you and everything else, are the same people that go, preppers are crazy. Why would you stockpile shit? You could just go to the store anytime and get it.
Yep. Now they're all running and buying TP.
Yeah.
Now there's nothing out there.
Yeah, it was like last Friday. I went on it was last Thursday, just doing a regular grocery run, and ran into a local taxidermist there, him and his wife, and they live out in the country, and right where they have access to spring water, not just there at their house, but right their little town that they live beside. It's got the old outside trough that has the artesian well running into it, and people from miles around fill their jugs there. They're buying cases of water. And I'm thinking, dude, okay, but this is the same guy who, as soon as they paid for their stuff, he turned around and paid for an elderly gentleman behind him for the guy got some milk and a couple things.
Yeah.
So I mean, he paid for that guy's stuff too.
Yeah. Squatch says preview to socialism. It could be the gateway to socialism. Could well be. Who knows? These guys are getting really stupid.
Well, the Bernie Bros wasted no time coming out and saying that exact thing. That look at you now. All of you want these testing free from the government. All these people, you want your paychecks paid by the government. You want this done by the government. So that's socialism. Why don't we just have it?
Right.
And it shows already. My friend works at a grocery store up the street. They made over $1 million in one day. Everything in their store is gone. So the problem with socialism is there is no $1 million in one day of profit. You just don't have anything in your stores.
Yeah, that's it. That's the problem. Now they're gonna try and restock when they can't restock. I went to the store the Friday or Saturday. I can't remember now. I think it was Saturday. I think, and I went to go get some food and stuff, and I had to go to 2 different stores just because the one store was sold out of 90% of what I went shopping for. No pasta, no rice, anything like that. It was all gone already. And people were going on. I went to go get some milk, and they had plenty of milk at the time. And a couple of ladies like, "Ooh, look, there's milk. We gotta get some of that. Let's grab it." Like, guys, relax, chill out. Stockpiling milk's not smart anyway because it doesn't last that long.
Unless you can can it. And I've canned milk. I mean, just to have it down at our camper. I'll can it, leave some down there, and that way I always got it for my coffee.
You got goats too, so you can always do goat milk.
Yeah, I got a couple girls who's ready to drop babies, but no, they won't give it up. They're pygmy goats. Come on.
What, you just don't grab your coffee cup and go down to the goat and here, let me get some of that.
No.
There you go. Order on Amazon. I don't know how much I trust food on Amazon though. I mean, they screw up enough of my orders as it is without having to try and buy food.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
I order a lot of stuff off of Amazon, but I don't know about all that. I still haven't, bought food off of Amazon. Though my company does buy like the concentrated creamers that don't need to be refrigerated, and there is some things that even my company buys that are food products from Amazon. I just don't know about all that.
Yeah, ever since they did the price increase on Amazon Prime, it's gotten worse. I don't know what's up with that. I'm paying more money and getting crappy service. Go figure.
But just even think about that. When we were teenagers, if you went into McDonald's and ordered a cheeseburger with no pickles, and you got it, and you opened it, you could take it back to the front desk and be like, "Hey, I got this cake pickles on it," and they, "Oh, no problem. Let me take that. Let me get you a new burger." Now you might go in there and they might say, "So what? Buzz off."
Yeah.
What difference does it make? They got a sign outside front that says they sold 1 billion burgers. They don't care about you anymore.
Yep. It's very true. Very true. Yeah, I guess he's had some good luck, so might try it. We'll see.
Yeah, there for a while there was a big run on those companies that were like mail order steak companies. I never quite went, yeah, let me get some prime choice cuts through the mail. It just doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, the two things that I like to look at before I buy produce and meats. If I buy any meats.
Yeah, I haven't bought any meat at the store lately at all because every time I've gone in, it seems like it's bottom of the barrel stuff.
We have a store here out west of town, old timey mom and pop kind of store that they still actually have a on duty butcher. You can order whatever you want; they'll fix it up for you right then and there. What I like to do is buy a whole sirloin, give it to them, and yeah. Yeah, Omaha steaks are good, but they are kind of pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, homeowners associations, I've heard a lot of bad stuff about those kinds of things, but
Oh, I've seen a lot of
everyone I've ever known is always talking being about a disaster.
I've seen a lot of homesteaders end up having to move because the people come in and build up around them, started as homeowners association things and put in regs where they couldn't raise any of their cows or chickens or anything like that anymore, or even have a garden. So they, picked up and moved. I told them that's a mistake. They need to fight that stuff. Yeah, be able to, say you got your own property. Why can't you have a garden? Why can't you raise some animals? Because, the other people chose to move in around you. Or even if you bought a place and want to raise some chickens, you should.
That's why I live where I live. My across the street neighbor kind of fusses at me sometimes. And I'm like, hey,
You got a bunch of roosters?
No, she fusses about the dogs and stuff. Hell, she's got more dogs than I do. I only got 2 dogs and 2 cats. And sometimes that feels like a zoo.
Yeah. I came outside here. That way I can do a little bit of meat shopping.
I hear you.
I don't think the deer's going to come out for a while because we were down there shooting. Yeah, it kind of sounded like a war zone here. The neighbors were all getting sighted in and brushing up.
Yeah, I got an email today from someone who shall remain nameless right now, but they're going to get an ass kicking when I see them.
Somebody must have bought a G whatever.
No, someone sent me a whole bunch of ammo that they should not have done. And they're going to get an ass whooping when I see them. So basically, I'm not going to have to worry about the 6.5 for a while.
Don't we all, gorillas and guns? Don't we all?
Were you just complaining about somebody sending you stuff, Scotsman?
I don't like that shit, man.
Well, I might have to start a butt kicking list of my own because the other day I got a nice big heavy box that was real expensive to ship with a bunch of reloading equipment from somebody special on the panel in the upper left-hand corner, but I won't name any names.
It doesn't cost that much to ship.
I'm totally blown away by that, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Absolutely. We gotta help each other get people in the reload, man. And I saw that for a really good deal, so I had to jump on it. Like I said, it's an older set, but it'll get you started.
Oh, it's beautiful if you ask me.
Yeah, you keep Amazon and people, so don't be complaining when somebody sends you a little payback.
I'm
But I
only
do-
complaining because they shouldn't have spent that much money. That's a lot of money.
Well, the joke could be on you. If this is like the perfect load for that gun and they don't send you the recipe, they got
I'll have to break it apart. Figure
Taste
out
test
that.
the powder, make sure what kind it is.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out what it is.
Oh, I thought I ran into a good score for you Creedmoor shooters yesterday, but it turned out that I guess what everyone's looking is for the H 4350. I found the IMR 4350, but the guy there said no, they're all after the H.
And they are.
Yeah.
Shooter's World makes 4350 too. I've used some of it. Had some pretty good luck with that in my 270.
Frontline Cigars is absolutely correct. If there's anybody out here, that fucker right there, or that side, whichever, is the one that deserves it. The one that's up in the left-hand corner. Yeah. I don't know how many people you've sent down the rabbit hole of fucking reloading, but damn, dude.
Here's the thing. I've said this before, but C-Max was a hell of a man, and he helped me get into it, and so I kind of feel it's only right to help others get into it. So when I can, I do. You're a good dude, so I kind of help where I can.
So is that true what Redbird is saying? The plant for that H4350 in Australia burnt down?
I have no idea. You heard anything about that, Jamie?
I have not.
Well, I wouldn't doubt anything that she would put out there.
I wouldn't complain about that one.
He already assumes the position.
Oh, 101. I didn't have anything to do with that.
I'm pretty sure you did, Daniel. I think what he's blaming me for is constantly sending them links to good deals.
Oh, okay. You got that extra stuff.
I'm good at helping other people spend money.
He's just doing that wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Sometimes I wonder if he gets a kickback.
I don't. Sorry if I did, I'd let you guys know, but I don't.
What are you doing, you nut?
I don't know if anyone's got anything coming up, but I got a holster coming. Should be here, I believe, tomorrow. That I was asked to review. So they told me I could pick anything I wanted off the website, and I told them right off the bat, if it's a piece of shit, I'm going to say it's a piece of shit, and they were okay with that. So we'll see how this goes.
Who is that stranger down in the lower left-hand corner over there? What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the musical man himself, the Tactical Swede, the biggest pussy on YouTube.
All right, I thought you were going to leave that part out, man. I was
Man,
like, what the hell?
You stole that from me, man.
What's up, guys, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah,
Come
man.
on, man.
Dude, so yeah, like some of you guys know I've been doing this music thing now, and I don't know if anybody's like me, but like when I get into something, I go into it like 110%, everything else be damned. So I've been just like hyper focused on this music stuff, and everything else is kind of fallen by the wayside.
Well,
That's
yeah,
cool, man.
and you've got now you've got a separate channel dedicated to it. Is that what that is?
I got three channels now. So I got the Tactical Swede page, and then I did the B channel as kind of like my catch-all for other stuff I wanted to do videos on. But then the music thing, I felt like it deserved its own channel, since it's going to be like just super focused on music stuff. So yeah, I got three now. I got the Tactical Swede, I got the Big Swedes Excellent Adventure, and now I've got Swede Studios.
You want to take that one there, my brother? You want to explain that one to him?
So yeah, so the biggest pussy on YouTube, that goes back to I was getting a lot of videos pulled down that had to do with manufacturing firearms. I was assembling things and putting parts on things and getting them pulled down. So when I did my 300 Blackout pistol build, I basically took the video of me building it and I sped it up like 2,000 times. So it was just, and like I said, censored for YouTube. And this dude called me like the biggest pussy on YouTube because I wasn't gonna risk my channel getting shut down to put a build video up. So that's where that comes from.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And that guy, of course, had no content of his own.
Yeah, they never do. They never do. I always love the trolls. Always love the trolls. If you guys haven't checked out Frontline Cigars, please do so. And he's throwing out a coupon code there for you guys too. Good dude and a veteran company and stuff. So
Hell yeah.
and damn good cigars too.
I like me some cigars.
Who don't? So does he have all the big names, or?
Yeah, he's constantly buying new stuff and putting it up there. He's right next to a warehouse, so you can pick up pretty much anything and throw it up there. So he's got a lot of stuff coming in. I got, when my order come in, what was it? Last Monday or Tuesday, and I'm already out pretty much. And you guys know I'm usually smoking the pipe, but these cigars are pretty damn good. So
Yeah, I seen you with one on one of your videos this past week.
yep.
That was a good looking stick too, man. That looked really nice burning the way it was burning.
Yep.
So what's on tap tonight? Any specific topics, or are we just winging it?
We always wing it, man. We always wing it.
Yes, shun structure.
Hanging out at the house, trying to stay healthy and avoid the plague.
Yeah, it's growing back in just fine, brother. It's almost there. Give it another week, you probably won't notice.
Yeah. So Frontline Cigar says he can get anything that we need. My problem is I can't pay for what I really want. Those
Yeah.
Esplendidos. Those are nice. So, but they're like what, $25 a piece.
Yeah, that's my big problem with cigars is like I have expensive taste.
Yeah. My mom learned that about me years when I was still young. She said, "You got a champagne taste and a beer pocketbook." So, but every once in a while, are we still in a ban from Cuba?
I am not sure.
for
I
the
think
most
I
part.
think
Yeah.
kind of, but it's been a while. I haven't looked at that for a while.
I mean, when the cruise ships were running, they were making stops in Cuba now.
Yeah, things were easing up for a little while, but it didn't. As far as I know, the ban didn't completely go away. We'll see how things go, but I mean, as far as I know, the last I heard, you still couldn't like order stuff and have it shipped here, legally.
Yeah, the Obama administration relieved some of the travel restrictions that were based on, but most of your economic restrictions are still there. And then I think the Trump administration might have even tightened up some of the travel restrictions too.
There you go. Just medicated to how much to import.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I stress that legally part because there are ways to get them shipped here.
you can bring up to 4 boxes home.
Well, there is a Navy base there. So if you know somebody on base, you can get anything shipped.
Well, I know that sending stuff into Cuba, like if I'm sending parts, it's one thing, but if I'm trying to send an entire unit into Cuba, it's like pulling teeth out of a mule. The amount of paperwork is absolutely insane, and I have to deal with 4 different brokers and a couple of different freight forwarders. It's a nightmare to try and ship anything like that big into Cuba. But if I wanted to send one little thing, not that difficult.
I guess that's the website you can go
there,
to. Again.
there are websites you can order from, but sometimes customs will snag them. Most of those companies, though, if they do get snagged, will resend them. So,
Partaga, so Pat's right, man. Those are among the best cigars in the world. Cohiba, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Somebody said $25 a pop. Damn. I mean, man, like they're more expensive than drugs. It's like they said on that movie.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
coffee.
Oh, we have absolutely pure chaos here on the show simply because he didn't tell any of us who's in control of the show right now.
But I seen you picked up and went right with it, Alan. So you're.
Oh, well, just because I grabbed the nards doesn't mean I'm going to fondle them long.
Good night, Gene. Sleep tight, big boy. But yeah, man. The only thing better than a cigar is a good cigar and either a good whiskey or a good coffee. The two of them together are, yeah.
I'm typically a whiskey guy. I definitely like my cognac with a good cigar.
So I agree with everything you said there, but another thing that I think goes really well with cigars is certain types of beer. Like, you get into your darker stouts and stuff like that. Some of them go really well with cigars.
If I got a $20 Cohiba, I'm not going to pop a beer would go with it. I'm definitely going to have a Cavassier or a Hennessy.
Dr. Pepper.
See, I don't know. I'm more of a beer guy. I've never been a huge whiskey guy. I like rum. There's some rums that go well with cigars as well, but never been a big whiskey or scotch guy.
Wait a minute, you were in the Air Force. You're not allowed to have rum. You can't handle it.
Yeah, New York Outcast got it. Good woman tops it all.
A good woman that'll sit and smoke a cigar with you, even better.
Yep. Gatorade.
Uh-oh. Rich is in the house. Or he's been in the house and I just now noticed.
No, it looks like he just jumped in. Leonardo's up in here. Kyle Lusk has been there for a minute. I have no idea who else the YouTube list is saying out there other than Conan Mills has jumped in. Gorillas and Guns be throwing his bananas around out there. Michael Bray. New York Outcast has been out there. Thor's Axe has been out there. Timmy BMN. There's been a lot of other people jump in the side chat since we got rolling here. Walter Davis, West Covina Dodge has been out there for a minute as well. Yeah.
And yes, West Covina has been around since the Clinton administration. Yes, he has.
So sweet. If you could do a favor and put the link to the new YouTube channel in the side chat there for those of us that can't find it, because if you do a search, there's some pud in Los Angeles with a similar name. And the most illustrious guest in the side chat, the Mr. Pops Quest himself. I should have known that because we more than likely have a thumbs down.
We bet, or we don't know he's here.
Well, we didn't know Andy 79Z28 was out there until he wasn't sure if he was here or not.
I knew he was out there. It's good to see Gorillas and Guns out there again, too, man. Hey, Gorilla, what's wrong with your press, dude? I seen you make a comment a little while back. Pops, finally. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to ask him too. What's wrong with that? What's broken?
There's something actually wrong with it, or is he just not sitting in front of it and making up and down motions enough?
He said he had to get some more supplies and get his press fixed. So I'm wondering what's wrong with it.
All right, links in the chat.
All right.
Timing's off. That's an easy fix.
Yeah. What kind of press is it? Josh Benware.
Good to see him out there. What's up, buddy?
I got a question for the panel. So what do you think of old YouTube going after the gun channels again? Demonetizing them.
Not surprised one bit.
That's a new way of life, dude.
Yeah, it does not surprise me that they went after our brother Coda Boy 32. It really does not surprise me. It does kind of surprise me that they went after Guns and Gadgets. The majority of his videos are just news. He's not doing anything that's dangerous in any of his videos. None of his videos have anything at all to they don't show a gun. He's not shooting a gun. He's not building a gun. He's sitting talking news. So it just goes to show that it doesn't really have anything at all to do with the visual of a gun.
It's whatever
they want to limit the control. They want to control the media.
Yeah, it's whatever suits their purpose of the day.
It's all about censorship, and they're doing it. They're doing it to channels because I watch a lot of non-gun related stuff too, politics and memes and all that kind of stuff. And they're smacking everybody all across the board, deleting channels. Like it's all about censorship.
Yep, that's it.
It's funny because I'll get stuff demonetized all the time that I look at it and go, why? Like, what am I doing in this video that caused it to be demonetized? But then the funniest thing is over the last probably 3 months, one of my most watched videos, it's a video I did like 2-3 years ago, probably. Scotsman will love it. It's a disassembly and reassembly of a Glock. And of all the videos to not get like anything dealing with assembling and putting parts in a gun always get demonetized on my channel. But that one, for some reason, is still running and it's making me money. So I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, they are something else.
But then they'll take down a video of me like, out shooting with my son at the range. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy. We got Midas Welby out there. Good to see him. He actually dropped a video today, so go check that out as well.
They also went after Full Lead Taco.
Yep, they've been going over after a lot.
Man, Taco's had so many videos deleted, it ain't even funny. And channel strikes. But the whole persona of his channel is cast, powder coat, reload, shoot. Cast, powder coat, reload, shoot, over and over. And he does it on a grand scale.
So it's a progressive, elite progressive. So what parts do you need? What parts are you missing? He said they're going to get parts.
Willie Bulletman's got one of those, and he knows them inside out. He can tell him how to time that thing up.
Yep, I can get you in Tucker Willie if you need.
I'll tell you what, the epitome of YouTube's stupidity on demonetizing things is they actually demonetized a video that I put up a couple years back about an Air Force buddy of mine that killed himself. And I was talking about, suicide awareness, and they fucking demonetized that shit.
Yeah.
And the whole plan of that is like, if I make any money off of this, I'm going to fucking donate it to some, veteran cause. And they fucking demonetize. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
That's what they do, man. It's why I gave up on it. It's like, you know what? Screw it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, like Pops Quest said, they can't demonetize me, bro. The easiest way to not get demonetized is to never monetize.
Yeah, I basically gave him the finger. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where it's laughable now. I don't really care. But you know what? Whatever money they're willing to give me, I'll take it, and I'll just keep pumping it back into my channel. And fuck you.
Yeah. Well, that was it. I talked to Coda, I don't know, probably about a year or so, almost 2 years ago now about it before. And he's like, if you make a few bucks here and there, just pump it back in, buy some ammo, whatever. And so I was like, all right, screw it, whatever. It took me a year to get approved, which is stupid because I passed everything that they needed anyway, long before that. Got it. And just about every single video that goes up automatically demonetized. Just like, you know what? Screw it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, they'll like automatically demonetize your shit for the first like 3 days. Like when your videos usually get the most views in the first couple days, they'll demonetize that shit, and then all of a sudden it'll turn green and be like, you're good to go now. Thanks.
Yeah, they just like to fuck you, that's all. So as exactly right there as Pop says, fuck you too.
A couple of the bigger channels that I watch, like I said, do politics and stuff. They still get super chats, but at the beginning of every one of their shows, they say, don't send super chat money. don't donate through Super Chat. If you want to send me money, there's Patreon, there's my P.O. box, there's this Discord and all that other kind of stuff. If you send money through Super Chat, you are paying the enemy. They're taking a cut of your money.
Yeah,
And I'm not trying to discourage. If any of you do Super Chat or whatever, please continue to support your channels. I'm just recommending support them outside of sending money through YouTube.
Yeah, it's not worth it anyway. I mean, that entire time that I was trying it, I made a total of $14, and they won't send you a check unless you make over $100. So
Gotta hit that 100.
yeah, they can kiss my ass.
They'd have to put sunglasses on to see where they were going if you bared it, but
Yep, 85% is what CB says. They take out a Super Chat.
Really, it's 85% now. I thought it was 30%.
Now, I knew it was up there. I knew it was high.
Yeah, that,
well, and I've heard a lot of people, talking about Patreon, and I guess there was somebody, and I don't remember who it was, that said that Patreon said, well, since you're signed up with us and you're running these videos through Patreon, we now possess that video. That video is no longer yours. We own it. And we can do whatever we like with that video.
That doesn't surprise me.
So I would be very leery if you're trying to, I don't know why you'd be trying to make money off of that, but if you are, to each their own. And if that's the case, if it's, if you're putting it right back into more video, more production, more content, you're buying the parts for this build, that build, this build, and that's predominantly what your deal is. That's what you do. Then okay, I get that part of it. But if Patreon is even going to say, well, now whatever you run through us is ours, I'd be like, forget that. I would never post there.
Plus, they kicked a bunch of people off. Last summer they were going through chopping people out.
Well, and there's all kinds of alternatives out there too, like Full30. I've been signed up for Full30 for the last 2 years, so maybe longer.
Yeah.
And the minute they said you could sign up for it and reserve your channel, I did, and still to this day, nothing.
Still waiting.
So
I think they may have one or two people that approved that, because I've seen a few guys.
They make it available to everyone. They want people to join up. Everyone jumps in and signs up for it, and then they don't let anyone in.
Yeah, there's only a couple of the gun channels guys that I've seen that their videos are now up on Full30, and they don't get like completely bumped out of the ranks on just the random video generators and so forth.
Yeah.
Is Full30 firearms related only?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I might be, Johnny Downer, but there is no platform, I don't care what you call it, that's going to be just firearms related only that's ever going to take place at YouTube. It's not going to happen, because not enough people make or watch gun videos to make them a viable thing. It just does. It's just not there. There's like Night Strike has GunTube, but he doesn't want anything but firearm stuff on there. So if you make a cat video, which 9 million people are going to watch, you can't put it there. So I want to watch guns and cats. So I'm going to stay on YouTube. If you're gonna build a new platform, you can't just have firearms related, just cats. You have to open it up to the broad public if you're gonna fight against YouTube.
Yeah. And gun streamer is okay, but we don't get the amount of people watching. We don't get the same kind of audience, and the whole point of why we make videos is to try and put information out there. And so we want to reach as many people as possible. Unfortunately, YouTube still is the biggest platform.
Right. And any gun only platform, it's going to be a bunch of dudes like us, like preaching to the choir. Like, you have no means to reach out to people that may not be gun people.
Well, plus Gun Streamer was its first mistake, because they let you put other types of videos up. At least they would load all my videos automatically. Not everyone was a gun video, but Gun Streamer isn't gonna attract the guy who's trying to fix his 1986 Jeep that's got something wrong with the brakes, and he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they do allow any content on there, but like you said, the title kind of throws it off for people.
And it's more than likely the vacuum canister anyway. I'm just saying.
How many people are going to want to invest in a gun streamer? You think like a tightwad company like Kleenex is going to want to invest in a company called Gun Streamer?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I really use Gun Streamer for is putting videos up on the Reloaders Network. That way YouTube can't yank them down from it and cause me problems. So with that being said, I know Jamie's been waiting for me to say this for a while, but next week, guys, I might have to change the title of the show. So it will no longer be a foreign and domestic. It'll be a domesticated foreign.
Would it be inappropriate to unmute and clap, or should I mute while I'm clapping?
Whatever you want, brother.
Heck yeah, brother.
I'm just hoping the facilities are all going to be open.
Yep, they better be, or I'm screwed.
That's awesome, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
We'll go open one up. No problem.
Yeah, so I guess we can take random ideas of what the show should be renamed. Being as how we won't have a foreign anymore, we'll have a newer citizen and domestic, or so if anybody's got any ideas of what the show should be renamed to, just throw it out in the side chat.
Asking the internet to name something is a horrible idea.
It's going to be something Smith.
Yeah.
Like they asked the internet to name a ship, and it was like Buddy McBoatface.
Your show might get called the Yeet Cannon.
Oh God.
There you go, Emperor.
Glock
There you go. America.
Yeah, Razor. Stick to your roots.
Yeah, and it does. I was just making a joke. It won't be changing.
I would change it to I did it legal.
There you go. Pops is a good one. Fuck YouTube. Yep.
I thought that was the name of this show.
Well, we make sure they know.
What was it? YouTube can eat a bowl of dicks or something?
Yep. Yep.
Well, congratulations, brother, from the bottom of my heart. Welcome home.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous for you. All the silliness they keep talking about on the news every day. I just keep getting nervous.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So what? First, you're more American than most of the Americans out there right now, unfortunately. So congratulations, brother. What would happen if, say, the government building that you have to go to or whatever is closed for the next 30 days or something? Would you have to wait years again, or?
Honestly, I don't know because at that point they would kind of screw me over big time because technically my card expires at the end of the month.
Well, it's a good thing all the airports are shut down.
Yep.
Wait. We're looking at this the wrong way, dude. When your card expires, then you can just stay an extra day, become an illegal immigrant, and then you get everything you want anyway.
Right? Get off for free.
Automatic citizenship, healthcare, college, everything.
Yeah, there's only one problem with that. I'm the you already know I hate shit for free, so.
The only thing you could possibly change the name to would be naturalized and domestic.
Yeah, we'll keep it the same.
The American Round Table is good too. I like that.
Domesticated.
Oh. That's kind of like what they do to an animal.
What?
Obviously, Daniel and I were kin in a previous life.
So what's the dumbest thing you've seen people doing this week?
Well, like there's another dumb one right there. All military quarantine 24 for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay. So I still work on a military base. Even though I'm retired, I still work in a military squadron as a contractor. And let me tell you, shit is getting crazy. I got told, don't come into work unless you absolutely have to come to work, telework for the next however long until we tell you. All leaves got canceled. Anybody that's out of a 50-mile radius of the base needs to return to within 50-mile radius of the base. It's getting stupid.
Well, the school systems are going absolutely insane as well. The Des Moines school district just basically shut everything down. From what I understand, they're like, nope, we're not even going to be coming back at least probably until March. And so, people that work in the school systems are just SOL. They can't work. And typically the majority of the people that work in those systems barely get by as it is. They do that work because it's a labor of love. So, I mean, it's going to be affecting a lot of people, and why there hasn't been any headway on Trump's efforts to try and keep the economy going during this craziness. It's simply because he's Trump. They'll just fight anything that he does, even if it's for the greater good of people in the country.
Yeah, I saw one thing earlier that was trying to say that he caused the whole thing on purpose. Take away from the upcoming election to try and get him back in with he cured it and made it better and all the rest of it. Like anything they can do to make it look like he's bad.
And then they'll say, we don't need to be political over this.
Our school system is scheduled to open back up the 26th. We're supposed to report the 25th unless we're told otherwise.
Yeah, my kids' school, it started on Friday. They canceled school because they were short staffed. So I'm guessing a bunch of people were calling in and saying, "Yeah, I'm not coming to work." And then later that day, they're like, "Yeah, we're closed until the end of March, at least. We'll reevaluate at that point." And then all the Jersey schools around the base where I work, they are closed until the end of April.
Yeah. Razor makes an excellent point too. It could be a whole test and stuff. And the funny thing is, and I've seen this for years, and it kind of always ticked me off, is I don't know if you guys ever seen the documentaries on History Channel and stuff like that, and Discovery Channel and all that, when they break down and show the military's plans on how we're going to handle this and how we're going to handle that. That's the dumbest thing you can do.
Dude, let me tell you, this is the way my brain works. This whole virus thing, I'm not worried so much about this virus. Okay, yeah, wash your hands, stay out of crowded places. You're probably going to be fine. What I start thinking about is the way the country is freaking out over this. We're on our heels. What better time for terrorists to plan an attack on us when we're freaking out about this virus? That's the way my brain works.
Yeah. Well, that and all the other stuff that could possibly happen with it too. Like I said, we were talking about before earlier, where they're talking about possibly locking down and everything. That's makes it easy target.
One of the questions that I have is, why do you care about life today? Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel. Go ahead.
You're good, Kingpin. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, my bad. Well, yeah. Why don't they care about life today? Why didn't you care about life yesterday? Because everybody's talking about, well, 50 million people die of the flu every 35 seconds. Why didn't we care about that yesterday? Not why didn't we panic about it yesterday, but why didn't nobody know any of this kind of stuff? I mean, just people knew it, but your average everyday Joe that knows it now didn't know that yesterday. It's I don't know. There's some pretty shady stuff going on.
Flu is ordinary every day. It's not new and sexy, so why worry about it?
All right. No, I mean, and the biggest thing with this strain is, it's airborne. That's the biggest thing with it. So, they've never really said exactly where it came from, though. Obviously, like places like China and stuff like that. But where did it actually come from? Did someone cook it up?
Yeah, they haven't said if it was manufactured or not, but they show right there the fish market where it started, which happens to be fish market's right beside some biological lab. So somebody taking some lab animals, taking them to the market and selling them for people to eat.
Yeah.
That somebody that works in the lab went over there to the market.
And that is that lab owned by the Swedes? Did they, concoct this? And
gotta watch out for them Swedes, man.
All right, let me back up here for a minute. West Covina Dodge says, I don't feel sorry for government workers. We all get to decide who we work for and what do you expect from the government. Thanks, bud. I work for the government. I appreciate your compassion. You're right, bud. Seriously, Pat, I should have left the school district a long time ago. I'd make a lot more money in my field. And yeah, you got a point.
The federal government is the largest employer in the country by far.
Well, I work for the state government and the county government. I work for a school system.
I'm just saying there's a lot of people that work for the government that's not, necessarily chose to go work for a corrupt government. They went to go get a good accounting job or something.
Well, I was working on copiers at the time when I took that job for about half what I was making there. So when I went to work for the school system, it nearly doubled my pay. So
One thing I will throw out there, and if you guys haven't thought about this, this is something I thought about and planning ahead on, is gas. Making sure you got plenty of gas stockpiled just in case, because if you can't go anywhere, if they shut down the gas stations and they're going to try and limit travel, make sure you got enough gas sitting aside.
that's a good point, Scotsman. And gas is lower than I've seen it in 3 or 4, well, probably 10 years right now.
It's the lowest I've seen it since I've been here.
Dude, and it's getting crazy, man. Like I got a buddy that lives further up north of me. Like there was people like physically fighting in stores over being able to buy shit. So like shit's breaking down slowly. So yeah, I would definitely want to be prepared.
Yeah, I saw it for $1.88 here. Then Thorzak says teachers where he lives up in the Pacific Northwest are making 90 grand. Teacher with a Idaho Rogers said 90,000 for 180 days of actual work is crazy. Yeah, teachers unions, yeah. And then we see gas dropping. Mine, like I said, I saw $1.88 today when I went to the dump. Kyle's $1.71.
No, Kyle's 171. Gas is real expensive in his neighborhood.
Yeah, we're like $1.76. I think was the last one I saw.
Well, if gas is $350 a gallon, no wonder they're making $90,000.
I think we're still in the twos here. I want to say it was like 230 last I filled up.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. It could well be. It's think about how it's all playing out. They're slowly closing this down, closing that down, and I'm not a conspiracy guy, but just be ready.
Well, we've seen a significant economic effect. We saw the Dow crash almost. I mean, it went down over 2,000 points one day.
That's what I was about to say. It's down under, what is it, like 19,000 now? So it's dropped like a bunch since this is happening. And a lot of people got money in their IRAs tied up in that. They were doing very well. So it kind of makes me think what this is all about is like, Trump's strong point for his reelection was the economy. Now the Dow's crashing, so they're definitely going to use that against him in the campaign.
The other thing I would suggest too, and I need to do this tomorrow, is go get some cash.
I did that
cash because you never know when they're going to try and close the banks. So I'm gonna go and do that because I don't ever carry cash. I'm not a cash guy. I prefer to just carry my cards. I can always cancel my cards. I can't cancel something if someone happens to be able to get my money off of me. So, but get cash and have cash on hand.
They'll probably put a limit on how much you can take out on your ATM.
There is, but there's no limit I can take on when I go in the store, when I actually go in the bank.
Now, the people that need to worry is the ones that got, say, if you got 20,000 or more in the bank. So if they turn around and do reverse interest, those are the people that's really going to get hammered.
Yep.
Well, I know somebody tries to accost me and take my cash. The only thing you'll see on my hip is that.
Yep.
How do you keep your money from falling out of that funny looking wallet?
Actually, it's my flask. You drink from the bottom.
Even better.
Hey, I see a Harry's holster.
Facts.
This was a this was another one that I never actually paid anybody back for yet.
Did you see that? Did you see that? I want to make sure you saw that.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to skip. It's Rich White's birthday today, so I'm gonna go spend a little time with him and harass him on his birthday. So, Scotsman, Alan, Jamie, Tactical, Captain Biohazard, sir.
Yes,
You guys have
Kingpin, please, sir, sing him a bar or two for me. I'd appreciate that.
I definitely shall. Everybody in the chat, excellent seeing you. Everybody in the panel, thank you for having me, and have a fantastic week, everybody.
All right, take care, bro.
Bye, Kingpin.
See you, Kingpin. Ghost Riders out there. Say hey to the Ghost Rider. And Kyle, I knew what you was talking about because I went through Cartersville the other day and I thought, dang, man, their gas is a lot cheaper than ours up in Rome. So at $1.71, that's as cheap as it's been in quite a while.
Ghost Rider saying that the Feds cut the interest rate to 0 today. That's a bit of information I did not hear yet.
Yep. Razor makes a really good point. You know, everyone wanted the zombie apocalypse. Well, you know, it's kind of a different way of it, but here it is.
One thing the last couple of weeks has shown me is that this world is not ready for the zombie apocalypse. People would fucking die.
The only thing they're worried about is toilet paper. That's the problem.
What the fuck is toilet paper? Like, someone please explain that shit to me because I don't get it.
I still don't know where the hell that came from. Why?
I'm worried about, okay, they closing all the restaurants. You got all these people that all they do is eat out at the restaurants. I know people like that. So if they shut down, they're shutting down all the restaurants here in Ohio tonight.
Yeah. Well, the other part of that too is a lot of people survive on tips that work there. You know,
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is,
now they're out of money.
I actually saw somebody commenting on Facebook today about a local restaurant because the county has like said, hey, you know, we recommend that, you know, you don't gather and blah 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 blah, but they haven't come out and said like restaurants need to shut down. Okay, most restaurants, especially like mom and pop restaurants, like they operate on a very thin margin. So for them to just shut down for 2 weeks, a month, I mean, you're talking they might go under. And these people are bitching about them not closing and still serving food. And I'm like, you know, it must feel nice to be so well off that you don't have to worry about, you know, not being able to put food on your own table, you know, because you feel that they should stop doing business because of this thing. Yeah. Not everybody has that luxury.
Yeah, that's it. It's crazy to think that, you know, all these people are going to be out of money big time.
So you're supposed to stop paying your mortgage. You're supposed to start paying your rent. All right, hand me the free food because I have no money to buy food. If there was any food on the shelf.
Yeah. Alan, I think you got a picture headed your way, and you need to get your butt in training this week, apparently, because that's a damn fine whiskey.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're seeing it's not just here in the States. I mean, Russia flat closed their borders. What is it going on 2 weeks ago now?
Italy.
The craziness is global. You know,
I talked to my brother back home, and it's just as bad there, man. It's getting stupid. You know, he's out of work right now. I think he said they were shut down for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. he still gets paid because he works for the essentially what you guys would call the state. So he still gets paid.
Yeah, this area of the country is starting to get a little stupid just because of the proximity in this area to a lot of international airports. You have a lot of cases popping up and people are just freaking out. Like you got, all the airports in New York, Newark, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and there's a lot of cases popping up and people are just losing their fucking minds.
Yep, that's it. And they extended the travel ban to the UK as well now. So no inter.
How about people like me who are hypochondriacs? I mean, I feel sick 3 or 4 times a day now, and it's like I'm just trying to tell myself in my mind, "You're not sick. You're not sick."
Well, that's it. So a lot of hospitals are getting bombarded with people because they got a slight cough, or they got a sniffle. It's what the government's done, man. The media, they've created mass hysteria to the point where someone has a slight cough, a slight sniffle, whatever, and they panic.
You look at the statistics on this thing. Like most healthy adults that come up with this virus, they're going to be sick for a few days, a week, and they're going to get better. Like most of the people that have complications are older or have like some underlying, immunocompromised, condition. But the people that are out there freaking out and like hoarding stuff from stores are like 20s, 30s, 40s, like the healthy people. Like, what the hell are you doing? And then the people that actually need the stuff, like the elderly people, can't get any.
Yep.
PC Bullet Empire says it absolutely right. And as a minor prepper, and as a former long haul truck driver, the time to panic is when the trucks stop. If for some reason they start stopping truckers from doing their jobs, that's the time to panic. Because if you bought it here in the US, a truck brought it.
Yep.
Grocery stores have 3 days supply. So if the trucks quit running, the riots start on day 2.
Yeah, and just remember, they're talking about like a 30-day lockdown or whatever. Plan for 60, plan for 90, plan for longer than what they say.
But for goodness sake, don't go out and pay $70 for a case of bottled water.
Yep. Have simple things like a life straw. Things that you can take crap water with and make good water.
Yeah, there was a local gas station not too far away from here that was selling little tiny bottles of hand sanitizer for like $10.
Here's the other thing too is instead of buying hand sanitizer, you can always buy
soap.
With soap, but
wash your fucking hands.
Buy industrial grade soap. That stuff takes off just about anything on your hands. You can buy that stuff and it's cheap. $5.
You can also strip wallpaper with it too. But if you think you know how to wash your hands, look into how you're actually supposed to wash your hands. The majority of people don't wash their hands well enough.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I know how to wash.
Unless you've been in the medical field, the majority of people actually don't know how to wash their hands properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you guys in the military, you were probably told how to wash your hands.
Yeah, if you want to really sterilize your hands, just have a campfire, hold your hands in the flames, then turn them over, and then do it again. That'll kill all the germs right off.
You got to do the rotisserie, though.
Yeah.
If you don't do the rotisserie, you just leave it on one side. Only one side gets sanitized.
And squirrels and rabbits can be used as toilet paper.
I foresee lots of people with burns on their hands.
I think most people that watch this are smart enough to figure it out.
Hey, CZ Fangirl, she's a professional. She's an OR nurse. Okay? That's accreditation right there.
Yep.
Did you just say something nice about your nemesis?
She's not my nemesis.
Oh. Sure.
She's CZ.
Wow. He actually had a hand washing class.
They were teaching that before the schools closed. They were teaching that shit in school, how to wash your hands.
That's crazy.
Oh, when I went to school, they taught us how to brush our teeth. They give us the little tabs, and then we did it, and it'd show how much junk's still on our teeth. So here you got a whole bunch of third and second graders walking around with pink and red teeth all day long.
Yeah, that was fun. That was interesting because then you can actually see the kids that actually took general care of their teeth and the ones that didn't. That was a good time. But back then they also had sex ed where it was only between a man and a woman too. Now that's got to be a really complicated class.
Yeah.
It's so complicated. Matter of fact, it's so complicated that they had to stop teaching cursive.
And it's stupid. Last Cavina makes a good point. You know, you can always use a good bourbon or a cheap bourbon to sanitize. You won't smell that great, but at least you'll be clean.
That's
Don't use an expensive one. Don't waste it.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, they've never really proved that hand sanitizer actually sanitizes your hands anyway.
Yep.
Has anybody actually tested to see if the coronavirus is killed by Lysol? Because that shit like kills almost everything.
Probably not, because
If I could get my hands on some Lysol, I might try. But the shelves are empty at the store.
Just all day long, wherever you go, hold 2 cans of Lysol in front of you. Just spray all the air in front of you.
Just
Walk into Walmart.
you see that video like where like somebody coughs and like the dude pulls out a gun and shoots him. They start fucking spraying Lysol all over the place. That's literally like how people are acting.
Yep. Man, it's getting stupid, man. I've seen a bunch of videos where people are fighting in Wally World and all the rest of it over the last roll of toilet paper.
And see, that's what I'm concerned about, the quote unquote zombie apocalypse. If somebody gets it and they're coming toward you, how do you know? I mean, I know you'd want to protect your family and all like that, however you had to, but it's going to be tough, man. When they start getting out of quarantine and they got it, and I don't know, man. It's weird.
Well, these people,
weirder.
People need to understand this is not the plague. It's a viral infection like the flu.
Yep. Everyone is just making it, like I said, the media and the government ain't making it any better.
97% of people recover from. But
they keep leaving that part out.
All.
Yeah, they keep leaving that part out.
And who are the people that die? The sick and the elderly. The people that are vulnerable to even the common flu.
Yeah. I guess we had one guy at work. I think I mentioned it earlier, but we had one guy at work that he had a cough for like a month, so they sent him home, and now they're talking possibly about shutting down the plant. So I could be out of work for a while too. Who knows?
I mean, I'm in a lucky position to where I don't have to go to work for the next 2 weeks. I mean, I'm like working from home on my computer, but I still get paid. A lot of people, are out of work and they're not getting paid. So I consider myself lucky.
That's exactly the situation I'm in, and I consider it a blessing to know I can stay home this long. But they sent me home, so and that kicks into the next thought about the quote unquote zombie apocalypse SHTF scenario when you have others don't. They've been out of work and not getting paid for months and months down the road, and then they're going to be desperate and they're going to have to do what they've got to do to get what they need for themselves and their families. Just don't try to come get it from here.
Yep.
You'll
Yeah.
be okay.
I got the
Yeah.
page and everything all set and ready to.
Yeah. I got something for you. You come try to take mine.
Yep. Yep. C-Max rifles ready to rock and roll, and 12 gauges ready to rock and roll.
Which reminds me, I got to get my shotgun out. Turkey season starts this coming Saturday.
You might have some practice coming soon.
There's Rick.
Well, Rick's wanting to know when we're going to get off air so he can go live.
Yeah, probably. If he's not already been live, who knows?
Well, that was this morning.
And later in the morning and this afternoon and just after lunch. And
I'm just wondering if they shut down the airports here for flights in the U.S. Is he going to get stuck on this side of the coast, or is he going to get stuck on the left coast? I think it'd be a good time to retire.
yeah, they hadn't actually shut down the airport in our areas yet, but in doing what I do, I get drivers that fly in and drive units out, and their airfare went from the low 500s down to $100 a seat. The airlines are panicking because now all this travel that they had booked and everything is out the door.
Yeah. Yeah, and Conservative Sniper Hunter says it perfectly right there. Media only cares about views. That's all they care about.
I just want to know something there, Scotsman. So did you put that little jar of stuff I gave you on anything yet?
Not yet. I will here soon. I will here soon. I still got to cook the backstrap too. Just haven't had time yet.
That doesn't. I mean, that scares me. You got a rash we need to know about, or?
No. No, he gave me some of his homemade syrup, maple syrup.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I would probably be like taste testing that.
Oh, it's good. When I was there, he made some breakfast before. It was with that on it, damn good.
Boy, that's like a Guinness.
It's good stuff.
That there, it was probably about, 25 gallons of sap.
Oh,
Yeah. So if you want to, if you need to make your own sugar, squeeze some corn and make corn syrup. So it's getting pretty quiet in this here. You guys all trying to read? Because I know in here, there's only two people in here who know how to read. That's Jamie and I.
Hey, I can still write cursive.
I was Air Force. I got high ASVAB scores. I can read.
I'm going to be nice and not say. I'm going to be nice. Because there's just too much I can say on that.
Anybody see the movie, or do you remember the movie Nevada Smith?
I'm not sure if I've seen that one.
Y'all should look that up.
Is that about the two old guys and the orphan little girl?
No. No, it's about a half-breed, what's his name? Golly. I can't believe I can't remember. The King of Cool.
Dice Clay?
No. Hey, Daniel. Drove the Mustang and Bullet.
Oh. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Know his name better than mine. It's him, Brian Keith. He runs into he finds this old cap and ball revolver in the sand, and he tries to hold up Brian Keith. And it turns out Brian Keith is a traveling gun salesman, and he makes his own ammunition to sell with the pistols that he sells. He knows absolutely nothing, but Brian Keith kind of trains him how to shoot, how to fight with guns. Steve McQueen. That's it, Emperor. Thank you so much. Rick Fonzie. Bah, that would be wrong.
Well, you did say the King of Cool, so
Steve McQueen is the King of Cool,
he is. Yep.
not Arthur Fonzarelli. But yeah, that's a real good movie. Y'all should watch that one. Got a lot of famous people in it. I watched that yesterday. Can y'all tell I've been out of work for a while already?
Yep. It's true. It is true. People just don't think.
Yeah, Jerry Parker got it. Steve McQueen. Uncle Dan.
We always piss off people. Probably the snowflakes and probably the YouTube watcher,
Yeah, it was probably Pop's
At
Quest,
least one of them is
YouTube watcher, and that Uncle Dan guy.
That's all right. I don't mind thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. It's all good.
As long as you get a reaction, right?
That's it. Hey, if I'm getting thumbs down, I'm doing something right and pissing someone off. So I'm okay with that.
Uncle Dan, I also been watching a lot of Gene Watson videos too, and Mo Pitney. So I'm taking it the Tactical Swede, his new music channel. What genre would that be? Would that be metal?
It's gonna be an eclectic mix. It's all rock metal driven stuff, but it's everything from like honestly 70s rock, 90s grunge to all up to like modern metal. So there's a lot of different stuff, all guitar driven though.
Is this you playing?
I'm doing guitars on most of the stuff and some vocals on a couple things. But I'm collaborating with other guys that I've played with in the past in different bands, and then other YouTube people. Just
Cool.
doing full band covers of stuff.
Go ahead and throw your link back out there again too. So people can get over there and slap that sub button.
That's easy. All he has to do is look over at that second monitor and pull it off and throw it in. He's got that Sith computer thing he's working with there. During this entire time on the chat, my computer is also trying to just process a video. So
Yes, I have the Sith Lord supercomputer running.
Yeah, that thing's pretty badass.
Yeah, Wes Covina's talking about Nevada Smith full movie. Did you put a link up there, Pat? All right.
You know what? If you
Yeah,
didn't, you can,
the first song we released was a Motorhead song, so a little old school metal. We're doing some Pantera, some Nirvana, a lot of different stuff. So
I was with you until you said Nirvana. And I seen that, but I was just like, really, Nirvana?
hey, dude,
You come out the gates with Motorhead, go to Pantera, and then Nirvana.
hey, so little backstory. Nirvana is what inspired me to pick up a guitar in the first place. So without Nirvana, I wouldn't have learned to play guitar, and I wouldn't have learned all this other cool metal. So it's part of my roots.
Yeah, good thing your roots are really short.
You know, when I was stationed up at Woodby Island, they were just a local garage band. I got to watch them start. It was pretty cool out there.
well, we're getting to that time of the hour, so we'll start going through the room. We will start with the biggest pussy on YouTube.
Well, thanks for having me again. As always, it's been way too long since I've been in here. It's good to hang out with you guys. Yeah, man, go check out that link in the side chat there. Check out the new music venture we're doing. Lots of cool music coming up. Hopefully I'll have some time to actually do some some gun content for the main channel here. But like I said, I tend to dive into things, 110% when I do things. So other things fall by the wayside. But yeah, man, it's always good to hang out with you guys. Appreciate the link, and hope you guys have a good day.
Awesome, man. Y'all, good to have you on, dude. Always good to have you on. Captain Biohazard.
Hey, be safe out there. There's just way too many idiots, and don't sweat it. You get the sniffles, get better, get back to work. See ya.
That's pretty much it. Jamie?
Thanks for having me, Scotsman. Good to see the Swede back. Always good to hang out with Daniel. And Alan is always the consummate pro. I put a new video up yesterday, by the way. Got some more in the works, but congratulations, sir. Thanks again for having me. Y'all have a good weekend. Stay safe and take care of yourself and your family.
Yep, absolutely. Always good to have you, brother. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate everyone in the side chat. And I'll throw it over to Alan to take it out.
Well, thank you. Been good. Sorry to see you just walking in, Mario. Shutting down the shop, and it's been good. I'm really glad everybody was able to join us tonight. Glad that Swede was even able to come in. Always good to see his bald ass head. Yeah. Don't worry about the stupid things happening around you. Just keep your head on a swivel as normal, and keep the magazines loaded and one in the chamber. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Woo!